Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and community here on COD Zombies HQ. We have got what is probably one of the most interesting episodes of the Zombies News Update in a very long time. If you do enjoy today's episode, I would appreciate it if you can drop a thumbs up on the video, and hey, consider subscribing to this channel for more great zombies content to come. So kicking things right off with our first story of the day, late last night, a Twitter user named Siege, who is part of the Unsolved Zombies Easter Egg Discord server, who sent me a link to an article in the Business Insider website entitled UBS, the company behind Overwatch, is set to pop, which is Activision. Deep inside this article, written by Greg Hoffman, is this image. The image states that this is Activision's future report pipeline. On this image, we can see a list of games released by Activision in 2016, in 2017, and expected in 2018. Now, the thing that has gotten everybody talking about possible DLC 5 evidence is located in the digital content section of the 2017 table. At the very bottom here, you can see that expected to release sometime in 2017 is a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 DLC pack. Now, when I first saw this, I got very excited. Here's some very interesting material that seems to be from Activision, claiming that a new DLC pack will be out for Black Ops 3 sometime in 2017. But I knew I needed to do some more digging, get some more information before I reported this story to you. So what I did is I actually contacted the author of this article. I sent him a message on Twitter asking if he can confirm a source for this image so we can determine where it comes from and if it's legit or not. He responded by saying, "Hello and thanks for the kind words. The image is from the analyst report." What he's referring to here is a supposed analyst report released to investors about Activision by a huge investment banking firm called UBS. He then goes on to say, "Unfortunately, I don't have a link." I asked him about the content in the image itself. He responded, "UBS does their own research. You'd have to ask them." Finally, I asked him, "Hey, I know you can't give us a link, but would you be able to point us in the right direction so we can actually source this image?" He responded with, "You would have to ask the bank, but you may be only able to get it if you are an institutional client." Now, Greg, who is the author of this article, is an intern at Business Insider, a large business publication, so we can assume that he does have access to analyst reports released by UBS. Because of this, I do believe that this image is a real analyst report released by UBS, the large investment banking firm, detailing what they think will be future releases by Activision in 2017 and 2018. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we can start analyzing the contents within this image itself. The biggest thing, obviously, is them noting a Black Ops 3 DLC pack to be released sometime, because they obviously don't know the date, it says NA there, sometime in 2017. Now we have to ask, how do they know this? Are they just straight up speculating? Are they looking at the YouTube videos, seeing DLC 5 confirmed and going, well, you know what, it might be possible? Or is something else going on the inside that we aren't privy to? They do say in the subtext, quote, 2017 column reflects titles/content announced by the company to date. The 2018 column reflects UBS's speculation only. But a new DLC pack hasn't been announced by the company to date. So what could this mean? Well, as far as I see it, guys, there is three major options here. Number one, they have some kind of insider information. Activision released some kind of internal private report to this company so that they can suggest the future value of the Activision brand would be high, and therefore this investment bank and their clients would invest in Activision. The second option is that they are just straight up speculating at this point. We notice some other inconsistency in the report itself, like the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered DLC packs supposedly releasing in Q3. That refers to the third financial quarter, which is between July and September. We are still in Q2, which is between April and June, and obviously a new Modern Warfare Remastered DLC pack has already been released in the form of the Variety Map Pack, so it does seem like things are a little bit inaccurate here. we can expand that to the new DLC pack they claim is coming to Black Ops 3 in 2017 by saying, well, they might also be inaccurate about stating that information as well. Now we can move to the third scenario, which the skeptic in me wants to say is the most likely. And when they're talking about the 2017 column reflecting content that has already been announced by the company to date, that what they're referring to when they talk about a DLC pack is in fact just the continuing update of Black Ops 3 via multiplayer supply drops. And that because Activision has already announced in their Q4 2016 investors report that they will be continuing to support Black Ops 3 with new content, that this is the stuff they're referring to, that this image miscategorizes multiplayer supply drops, which they have announced and continue to release, with a full-on DLC pack. So to summarize, a large investment banking firm has included a Black Ops 3 DLC pack slated to release sometime in 2017. This means one of three things. They have inside information, and that is correct. They are just straight up speculating, and that's what they think will happen, or that they are just referring to supply drop content and they're miscategorizing it as a DLC pack. If anything, you want to take away some general opinion from this. If you discount the idea that they're just talking about supply drops here, then we can essentially say that a major investment firm believes in DLC 5. So again, before we move on to the next topic, I don't want to mince words or mislead you guys when talking about DLC 5. I want to be straightforward with you as much as I possibly can. You guys know I maintain a neutral stance on this for now. This image is not official information. It is not directly from Activision. It is from a private financial institution. So take that as you will. So that means this is not a leak of any kind because it does not have an official source. Hopefully I explained that well enough to you guys. If you have any questions, I'll be looking at the comments for a while, seeing if I can answer any of them for you. Okay, now moving on to our second story of the day, guys. Lee Ross tweeted out another teaser for DLC 2. We're getting the trailer on Tuesday, but we do believe he's teasing the map name here. 2 words, S blank A, start the first word. Not enough information to solve it at this time. But Zachary AK did respond to this tweet by saying, "By the way, I love Infinite Warfare Zombies. Kevin Smith is my favorite celebrity so far. I feel like you owe us Jay though." Lee Ross responded by saying, "Listen closer. Jay's in there." So obviously he's referring to Jason Mewes. He's another actor, and there's 2 interpretations we can take from this. Lee Ross is either saying, listen closely because Jason Mewes has some quotes within Raven the Redwoods that we already have found, or it's just saying straight up that there is something else associated with Jason Mewes, some kind of unfound Easter egg, if you will, within Raven the Redwoods that we haven't found yet. Honestly, I kind of tend towards the first one here. I think he's just saying, hey, don't worry, there is some Jason Mewes quotes within Raven the Redwoods, and we've already found those. But there is a chance that he's referring to some kind of unfound Easter eggs within Raven the Redwoods. As far as we know right now, guys, officially, there are no unfound Easter eggs in Raven the Redwoods that we know of. We don't have any leads to anything new. We do on Spaceland. We believe we found everything on Rave. Well, that wraps up the show today, guys. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's April Fool's video and stream. I wanted to do something a little bit different for the April Fool's thing. I know a lot of people would just do, hey, DLC 5 League gameplay, and I thought that was a little bit too unoriginal, but the video I did upload obviously had a bunch of you confused, so let me explain. I wanted to produce a Zombies News Update video as if it was released on November 26, 2010. How would that update video look like? You had to have the crappy intro with the EDM music in the background. You had to have a little bit of a different voice. You had to have that naive, crazy optimism. What is he talking about when he's talking about Samantha? Jimmy Zielinski's talking about some new boss zombie. It must mean some kind of boss zombie in the giant. That whole package. A lot of you guys got it. A lot of you guys didn't. If you guys also tuned in to finding the boss zombie on the Derice stream, that was absolutely incredible. One of the longest streams I've ever done on this channel, and one of the most taxing as well. But just to give you guys a little bit of a history on that, if you weren't playing zombies since the beginning, when Derice released in their Beauty of Annihilation trailer, there is one scene where it appears that there is some super giant zombie attacking Dempsey. I remember hearing this rumor at the time, all the way back in 2009, about all these crazy methods that you can do to spawn the boss zombie. Usually the most prominent one was do the flytrap Easter egg, reach to round 50, so that's what we were kind of satirizing yesterday. I think it's one of those little known history of COD Zombies, those rumors, if you will, that get swirled around the community long ago. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. But before we end off this show, I do want to give a huge shout out to 2 round 30 tier Patreon supporters. These 2 freaking awesome guys on screen now. Thank you guys so much for supporting this channel on Patreon. It really is appreciated. It means a lot. If you too want to check out the Patreon page, it's linked down in the description, as well as you can reach it by clicking the eye icon in the upper right hand corner. Some very interesting news on Black Ops 3, an exciting week ahead of us with the coming reveal of DLC 2 for IW Zombies. Be sure to subscribe to this channel to receive all the updates as they happen. I'll see you with another Zombies news video tomorrow.